It's impossible to count the number of things you can do with technology and social media, but one of the things you can definitely do on social media is talk about power. That's right, power relations between regular people and larger institutions, specifically speaking back to power by rallying together to call out and fight injustice wherever it comes up. Name a more iconic duo than speaking back to power and SF State. I'll wait. UC Berkeley. Anyway, let's put on our glasses because we'll be looking at the Oscars through a critical lens. We're going to talk about what are the Oscars, some background on the past few years, the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite, who spoke back to power, and what's happened between 2016 and now. So, what are the Oscars? Well, I will let Vox explain.
The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences hosts a little show every year called the Oscars. A group of mostly old, mostly white men vote on their favorite movies.
Jump cut.
And hopefully shake this old white men thing. Has it pulled this off? Yes and no.
So some background on the past few years. Will Smith did an interview back in 2016 after his performance in the movie Concussion was not nominated for an Oscar. Here's a clip from the movie without any context.
God did not intend for us to play football.
This interview came about after his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, came out and encouraged people to not watch or attend the Oscars for its lack of diversity.
I think that diversity is the American superpower. That's why we're great. So many different people from so many different places adding their ideas, their inspiration, and their influences to this beautiful American gumbo.
Will Smith is correct that America is very diverse. Its population continues to become more diverse, with the blue being high in diversity and the yellow being less. However, in 2016, not a single actor or director of color was nominated for an Oscar, and the LA Times released a video showing the many options that were overlooked. So, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith had to do it to him and released a video on social media pushing back on the Academy's choices.
So, let's let the Academy do them with all grace and love. And let's do us differently.
Very powerful, but my only critique is that you didn't film it in horizontal mode, so it takes away from the power. Anyway, the creator of the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite is April Reign. April Reign is a diversity and inclusivity advocate and activist, but I will let her tell her own story about the hashtag.
Well, in January of 2015, I was watching the Academy Award nominations. I was still a practicing attorney at that time, and it struck me that category after category, 20 different fields, there were no people of color at all nominated. And so I said, #OscarsSoWhite, they asked to touch my hair. I saw that there was an issue, and I presented it. And then it became, this moment turned into a movement, and I had to decide whether I wanted to be committed to it. But it truly is now my life's work.
Miss Reign is a prime example of speaking back to power and cyber activism. She found an inequality problem in an institution that holds a lot of cultural power. She put out her hashtag to the social media world, and it eventually snowballed from a moment to a movement, like she said. Her one tweet started a mobilization of people online and in real life to speak out and affect change, and how the performances by people of color should be recognized at the highest levels of the film industry. So, what's the proof? Who spoke out and spoke back to power? Well, let's ask Mr. Spike Lee first.
The Academy has come out and said that they're going to change things about how they recruit people that vote so that there is more diversity and there are more women and there are more people of color.
We're not going. Even with the change they made, which I think is great, we're still going to be the Nick gang.
Even though Spike Lee acknowledged the positive changes in the Academy, he was still resisting this powerful institution. How about you, Mr. War Machine?
I don't think there's a cabal of white people going, let's make sure we don't give anybody who's black or Latino. I don't think that's what's happening. Diversity is about women, it's about LGBT, it's about, when is the last time we saw a Native American actor or a Latino actor or an Asian actor? So it's about a multiplicity of the people that this country represents.
Very well put, Mr. Machine. Now, celebrities weren't the only ones to speak out. Here are some people talking about the Oscars back in 2016 after you search the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite.
The Oscars are a little bit racist this year. 3 years ago, the Los Angeles Times actually did an expose to uncover who is a member of the Academy, and they found, as you've probably heard, that it is 95% white. Our society as a whole, as you may know, is actually only 60% white.
Okay, so the world is up in arms because once again the Oscar nominees have come out for the nominations, and once again everything is white, whitey, McWhiterson, white. Okay, it's just like a bowl of white rice, okay?
So people really got out there, spoke their minds online, but did anything change? Well, the answer is a definite yes. The New Yorker wrote an article in 2017 stating that the Academy released a list of 683 new members where 46% were female and 41% were non-white. That's a huge change. But what else happened? 2019, 3 wins for Black Panther. What else?
Jordan Peele, Get Out.
2018, Jordan Peele is the first Black writer to win Best Original Screenplay. Shout out to the Get Out Challenge. Okay, what else happened?
Charlie Wacktail, David Rabinowitz, and Kevin Wilmot fired me!
2019, one of the Oscars' biggest critics, Spike Lee, wins Best Adapted Screenplay for BlacKkKlansman. And the biggest Oscar cringe was when La La Land got the Oscar, but really Moonlight won. Dang!
Sorry, no, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won.
Moonlight, Best Picture.
Even in my dreams, this could not be true. But to hell with dreams. I'm done with it, because this is true. Oh my goodness.
So the positive changes are there, and the activism is working, but there's still plenty of work left to be done.